Okay, so again, I'm delighted to be joined by yet another star at Frome Town. And today I'm joined with Alex Hallett. How are you doing, Alex?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Scott. Yourself?
Very good, all that good. I think I'm still sort of reveling in Rex's goal from the weekend. I'm sure you'll be back at training and you won't hear so much about it.
Yeah,
Um,
incredible. It was incredible, but it doesn't really surprise you really when you see some of the stuff he does at training. It's some of the things he does is just ridiculous. But no, wonderful goal, so good. But
did you have a good view of it from there, or was it kind of watching it back on the video?
um, not a bad view, but the view on the video is definitely better. But yeah, I mean, you could just tell from John's reaction how crazy it was. But
Yeah,
yeah, it
I'd
was a
say
good goal.
I think I was straight onto Facebook after that to say I've watched John's reaction just as many times as the goal. um,
Yeah.
but yeah, a good win. How did you feel in that game? Obviously, starting FA Cup game, Portland Rovers, quite a derby, a friendly derby, should we say?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always knew it was going to be a difficult game. Obviously, the FA Cup, you never know what happens. But no, I think we started off quite strong. A couple of chances should have sort of put them away maybe a bit earlier. But no, I think obviously a little bit of nerves and stuff being the FA Cup. But I think everyone played, especially second half, sort of turned it on with the changes we made. Not just subs, but the formation as well. So we switched to a back four, and I think that helped us quite a bit as well. Um, but no, I think overall everyone did really well, and yeah, I think we deserved to get the win. But for me personally, it was good to get minutes as well, and then not starting the first two, and then coming in a little bit nervous, but again, yeah, sort of settled into it and just went from there. But no, I really enjoyed it. It was a good game.
You mentioned just there that it's a little bit nervous because of the FA Cup. Is that on the player's mind then? Do you think, oh, actually, you never know. You never know where this could go.
I mean, I think you try not to think about it, but I guess it's always going to be on your mind at some point that it's the FA Cup. I think everyone loves a cup run as well. So you want to do well in it, especially for the fans as well. You want to go far for them as well. But yeah, I think before kickoff, you just got to try and put it to the side and just focus on the game. But it's always going to be at the back of your mind, sort of seeing where you can go from there. Yeah, and just seeing how far you can go, really.
So we obviously you're 21 now. Obviously you've been in the
Yeah,
club
21.
a couple of years. If we just go back, obviously I first became aware of you when you were actually the Chippenham Academy. How did you enjoy that? What was the experience like there?
I mean, yeah. So I started off as mainly playing for Chippenham Park, which originally was the Western League, I think it was. So
Mhm.
two leagues below Frome now. Um, it wasn't the best season for us in terms of results or performances, but again, it was a lot of players in like a similar position to me. But no, it was definitely a great experience in terms of playing men's football, getting used to how it is, the physicality because it's so much different to playing academy football. I remember my first game going from academy to then playing sort of men's football, where you sort of just get snapped and you just expect this to carry on. It's not really as much about I don't know possession, passing. You just got to win games and stuff. Um, but I think that it definitely helped me sort of develop as a player and sort of learn a different side of my game as well, sort of more of a physical side of my game compared to just getting on the ball, playing, um, and things like that. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it there. Went on to make a first team appearance as well against Chelmsford, which was good. I think I was just before signing for Frome actually, like a week or two before I actually signed my contract at Frome. But yeah, I'd say that experience at Chippenham definitely helped me to develop as a player.
And is it something that you've got your aims on? Whether that's obviously hopefully with Frome to get back to that sort of national league level, is that sort of like where you're thinking, or are you going? No, actually, I'll see where my life takes me.
I mean, sort of just take it as it comes, see what happens, really. But yeah, before signing with Frome, one of the main things was actually Danny's vision at the club and sort of where he wants the club to go to, really. So um, yeah, I mean, sort of looking definitely this season, the main aim would be sort of seeing how high we can go, promotion or at least playoffs. Um, yeah, to sort of see where the club can go. But I think that's definitely one of my aims as well, to see how high I can play. But yeah, hopefully that would be with Frome. So yeah, all good.
So you mentioned there as well. It's you made that debut with Chippenham in the first team, and then joining into Frome, and it was very quickly because it was like a dual registration. And then I think I remember writing up that, and then about 20 minutes later, Danny was like, "No, I've got him on a 18-month contract. I've got him for 2 years." And I think Danny's seen a lot of potential in you, and knows that obviously he wants that and you to be a long-term part of this club. How did that make you feel, sort of like being that sort of age, 18, 19, and someone really wanting you?
I'm not sure how to describe it really. It was a good feeling though, sort of knowing that someone had that trust in you or in me. Sort of believed that I'll be good enough at that level and going forward as well. So yeah, I think that really helped make my decision for me, especially with Danny's approach in terms of like the vision of the club, how he saw me being a part of that, and yeah, but yeah, no, I'd definitely say that his sort of attitude and sort of plan was definitely a massive factor in why I did sign originally.
And obviously you got that experience now of obviously playing at the ground, and I know that's one of the things that we've said to the other players and academies that will come through. It's that moment you start playing in front of like a proper crowd, rather than sort of just on a Wednesday afternoon somewhere that you travel 2 hours to get to. How does that feel? And how does it? Is it a privilege? Does it make you feel sort of like, yeah, I'm doing it? That's what's it like to walk out?
It makes a massive difference. I mean, yeah, like you said, going from playing sort of, I don't know, just a pitch, there's no real fans really, just parents and stuff like that, to then going and playing in front of a proper crowd, like for example on Saturday where all the fans are cheering, sort of non-stop throughout the match. It's a massive difference, and especially when the fans get behind you as well, definitely helps. I mean, it's sort of like a surreal feeling really when you are playing in front of that many people. No, I definitely enjoy it more playing in front of a crowd, compared to obviously before just playing in front of like your parents and stuff. But
I think I remember to say the first game that you played. I was there for that game, and I think it was a few people in the crowd that like kind of like, who's this? Like that? Who's this name? Like they hadn't followed the sign or anything like that. And by the end of it, they were like, yeah, he has to play. He has to play. He's the one that needs to play. And I think it's a good sign, because I think it's like you've come in. Every time that you've been called upon, everyone talks so positively about the performances you put in, and I think that must be a good feeling for yourself. And I say, if you're feeling that from the crowd, I think you always get quite a good cheer when your name's read out as well. It's quite it was quite warming for someone that's in a relatively young position for our divisions, really.
Yeah, 100%. No, that is good. I mean, like you said, sort of didn't really come from anywhere. Like just playing academy football before, no one's really heard of me, and then just trying to sort of get my name around with the fans and stuff. It's always good. I guess stuff like this helps as well by doing that. So
you haven't got any nicknames or anything you want to go by? Change the name on the back of your shirt to anything?
No,
none
of that.
Not a typical 21-year-old. No?
Yeah, no, none of that.
I think I learned something new the other day, that the word drip doesn't necessarily mean someone that you don't want to talk to, sad little individual. It's actually something now that's really cool and you want to be drip. And I thought, oh my God, now I do know I'm 40 now. But the other thing that we've been doing ever since Rex's interview, to be honest, because I brought out with him that he's got a namesake that has like a Rex Manning Day in like film culture and that. So I always kind of try and Google people's names just before we sort of do the interviews to see if anything really comes up around sort of that name.
Okay.
Find someone famous or something like that. And actually yours was quite interesting, because I couldn't find someone else called Alex Hallett that wasn't sort of just a professional in the industry. But I did come across something really random, which was a lady that works at Birmingham University, and her name is Dr. Nutmeg Hallett. I thought,
oh, nice.
Oh, that would be a quite unfortunate football name, wouldn't it?
Nutmeg Hallett.
Is that something that you can embrace? Is that something that you'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm actually pretty good at nutmeg, so I'm going to bring that on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to own that hashtag.
Or be a nutmeg. or be a
Yeah.
nutmeg. But hopefully I don't get nutmeg
Is
too many
that
times.
is that something you as a defender worry about? Is that still like the ultimate insult to be nutmegged, or is it like, because when I grew up, you could concede goals and that didn't, well, it mattered, but if you got nutmegged, that was the end of the world.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. It's definitely a horrible feeling, but I guess you just got to get over it really and carry on. But yeah, there's nothing more humiliating than being nutmegged. It's not so bad when it's in training, but yeah, when it's at a match, it's with the camera as well. It's not the best.
Yeah.
Not the best feeling.
In my football team, when we grew up, we had a nutmeg game where it ended up, if you got nutmegged, you had to do 20 press ups, and this mattered.
Oh yeah.
This was at any point. So if you got nutmegged on the street, on the team bus, in training, in the chain, anywhere, it was like, right, and it was always in play. And it was like a really surreal thing to do. That just takes me back. Oh dear. But yeah, well, Alex, we're really looking forward to seeing, obviously, you're back in the team. Obviously, unfortunately, with Warren getting an injury as well. So we know it's going to be more regular starts for you in the next couple of weeks as well. Starting this week with obviously Slimbridge. Any sort of thoughts or feelings into that game? Have any connections to Slimbridge at all, or is it just another team that we want to try and get past, pick up the 3 points and keep cracking on?
No, I think just definitely sort of do our basics, do the jobs right, get the 3 points. But I mean, I remember a couple of years ago I did actually train with Slimbridge for a little bit and nearly went there, but I think it was just due to like travel and stuff. It was quite far for me at the time with, I think I was like 18, something like that. So I do know the manager. Is it still Lee Driver Dixon? I believe anyway.
On the spot, I'm just going to say yes. I hope that I'm right.
I think so anyway, but I trained there for a little bit. But no, I'm sure they'll be a good side. I know a couple of my mates were there from like youth football when I was at Swindon, or have been there. So I know they'll be a good side. It'll be a difficult game for us, but hopefully we can go out there, get the 3 points, and then move on to Monday's game against Melksham.
Definitely, I think there's so much sort of talk between sort of this Slimbridge game and then the next FA Cup game. That Melksham game's huge on the Monday away. Obviously that'll get a big turnout as they always do. Sort of the Melksham Frome games. Three really big important games within a week. But I feel like I said that every week. But it's the competition, isn't it, that we're in? It's going to be tough, but we're doing all right. Yeah, no, definitely. But I think every game will be difficult, but hopefully with the squad we've got, we'll be able to pick up points and just go from there, really. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Alex. We look forward to seeing you out there on Saturday, Monday, and then the following Saturday. No, I'm looking forward to it. So just make sure you don't get injured. You'll be fine. Yeah. Well, thank you again, and speak to you soon.